This is me. I'm stupid enough to quit my job and build a chess app. Will it work? I don't know, but come join me on the journey. I'm working on procedural opponents so that you actually feel like you're playing against somebody when you're playing against someone who's just playing online. And I've got a bunch of IK solvers, and it is difficult. It is difficult to get this thing to work how I want it to. Alright, Future Kraken here. Let me add a little context. So what I'm trying to make is an animated opponent that can move chess pieces. Now, one way of accomplishing this would be to make a separate animation for every starting and ending square, which comes out to 64 choose 2 or over 2,000 different animations. Not only would that be incredibly painstaking to make, but if I ever wanted to move the board, change the piece sizes, or make any other slight modification, I would have to remake every animation from scratch. So instead, game devs have a little something called procedural animations. Basically, instead of telling the game where every limb is supposed to go at every moment, we calculate their positions using fancy math. Inverse kinematics is the process of calculating where your elbow most naturally lies when your hand is on your heart, or on your head, or one foot in front of you with your palm facing up. Fortunately for me, I don't have to figure all that out myself, because smart people have made tools to do this. However, I still have to get the parameters right so my characters don't look like they have scoliosis. At least it's loading avatars dynamically. So this Ready Player Me avatar wasn't copied from anywhere else. I actually created it on the website itself and loaded it at runtime. So that's really nice. We've got some progress on the NPC character controls. So if we go to Authorize Our Game and accept the challenge, we'll now see in the game that we have an opponent. And they move around, again, working more animations as I can, but right now they just have one sitting idle animation. I make a move, and then when they go to make a move themselves, like this, you can see they drag the piece. I mean, they don't move the piece, but they act as if they do. And obviously it's very robotic. I'm going to work on changing that, but at least we have animation with inverse kinematics. So that's really nice. We have an opponent here, and they're just going to move an example piece from one square to the other side of the board. But you see, boom, and they move the piece, and they do that. So some things with this is you can see the fingers wrapped around the pawn in a correct way. That was all custom. The movement was fluid. It was all inverse kinematics to get the wrists and the elbows to go to the right position. It also rotated and lashed on to the pawn. So anyway, there was a lot of there was a lot of pain and sweat and tears. Not really, but there was a lot of sweat that went into getting that to work, and it looks a lot less robotic than it did before. Furthermore, I mean, I'm going to make him look at the piece, but being able to play against someone who feels like a person is really important. So I spent a lot of time, of course, almost an indefinite amount of time could be spent on that, but it's in a state where I'm at least happy with it and I'm ready to move on to other things. I have a really, really cool transition that I'm excited to show you. Whenever you are in your house and you transition into an environment you own, like maybe you buy these or have different environments, like you're in space or you're on a beach or in a library or something like that, every time you move worlds, it's going to do this really cool seamless transition. And let me just show you right now. So right now, I'm physically here, like my character is here. But look, the world around me changes. And then boom, I'm teleported here, and now I'm physically here. And you saw like the character was there and it was clipping through the transition mapping. So I'm going to change that, and it'll be like the table will stay the same, but the world around you will change. And it's not perfect. I think I want to project it on the walls. Like if I cast rays from the user's head to certain points, I'll be able to tell how far they're away, and then be able to change the transition speed of a certain point. Anyway, that transition is so cool, and it's worth it. And I might improve upon it later, but as I said, with the rigging, it's good enough for now. We have a dynamic play area set up. So now we can go here and we have a UI. We can do OpenSeek, play a friend, play a computer, correspondence. None of those work except the OpenSeek right now. But then we can choose, we have a UI, and I have a poke interactor to interact with the UI, but I have it disabled right now. And then you can choose whether it's rated, rating range, etc., etc. You can choose a variant. We're doing a standard. You can choose a color. We're going to go random. And then once you click go, it will actually create the challenge online for anybody to play you. So you can see that right here. It popped up with our settings that we chose, and we click play. Now I have to hurry about this because you only have a few seconds to play, or else it'll abort you and give you a temporary ban, which I actually got. So let's play. So we can play our move, and then we send the move, and you can see it there. Oh wait, you can't see this game, but yeah, we played our move, we sent the move, and then we'll play a response, and then we see in the game them playing the move. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, and then we also have the clock updating here, and then we go back to here, make a move, and the times and everything and the lights, etc., etc. You can make move. No, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Go there. Cool. Okay, so that's the basic idea. And what's cool about this now is that we have dynamic allocation. So if we were to play another game, we could set it up on this board, and it's all ready to go. Like all the infrastructure is there code-wise for me to be able to set up as many positions here as I wanted to. They all have managers and utility classes. Furthermore, if I wanted to spectate games, I need add a little more functionality, but it should be pretty straightforward to add spectating. So I'll be able to fill this room with spectated games.
Thanks for sticking around. See you in part 3.